Welcome and Happy New Year. The reason we're talking about the welcome and the Happy New Year is very simple. Because it's Happy New Year for everybody. For everybody that is already 1 day old plus 1 year old plus a day. Every day is your new year. It's a new year connected to the last year. And every day that you advance one, the last year of 1 day goes to yesterday, which would make it the next day and the 366th day of every year of next year. So every day after 1 year is the next year. Therefore, if we want to talk about abortions now and further on to understanding what is, it's pretty simple. It's all about the lines on the paper and the numbers where they go to see whether or not they have a full life. And they don't. They just don't. We're not who we are. Nothing is what it seems to be. For instance, concentrates, 100% natural, okay? Supplement of ironic minerals and trace elements. Inside here is moringa, okay? And moringa says over here, caution and warning. Imagine, there's a caution and warning on a supplement. Let's find out why. Hold on a second. I just had one of these. Do you know what's in here? $2.80. I get 355, about 10 to 12 ounces, whatever that calculates to. Okay, 10 to 12 ounces in here. And it says it's a concentrate. Tropicana is selling a concentrate of this, okay, which is the grape. And when I turn it to the back, it says on the back, okay, I'm going to read the ingredients. It's going to say ingredients. Raisin juice from concentrate, maltic and vitamin C, natural flavors, which means there is no vitamin C because they added the vitamin C. All they're telling you is this is raisin. It has no vitamin C in it. All the vitamin C has been taken out. And they re-added to it. And it's added with water, which is cheaper than the lemon juice that gives it the taste. And it's got a stronger taste if they take out some of the water that they mix it with. Have you ever not tasted the pure of the juice? How amer and sour it is? Amer in French is sour. It also means mother in the dream we're in. There's nothing in here. This is $3, let's say. Between this and this, it cost me $60. I will make 100 of these $3 things. And I'm getting everything out of this. Dried out. Natural, biological. Are they telling me the truth? They told me the truth. Why wouldn't they show me the difference? Do you want me to tell you why? See this here? See this here? This company owns this company. You get it? Let's work it level by level. I'll give you more, he'll give you less, I'll give you blue eyes, I'll give him brown eyes. The brown eyes are at the bottom, but the brown eyes have all the soul. The blue eyes are at the top, but the blue eyes have a big hole into the spirit world of plaster disaster, because they know everything and see everything, because their mind is flying with ambition, intuition, okay, and all they want to do is create. Or the soul, well, they're getting into the groove. They're seeing what's there and they're making the best of it. They'll try to do better, but they don't want to go too fast because it takes a whole summer to bloom a rose. Well, the rose might come up, but it has to start from the ground up. Different worlds, lies and stories, fairy tales. A roulette wheel shows you the truth. It says, guess where the ball is going to land. In life, they gave you a book. It says, this is where the ball is landed. How much of that is truth? Because it doesn't matter where the ball lands here. The payout is 35 to 1. There's 36 numbers. You're always going to lose one eventually in time. 35 times the average number of turns this will be, which is 36 by, I think, 36. Let me get that calculator. Now let's do it. 36 times 36 equals 1,296. Whoops. Now, 1,296. I mean, want to see something? 1,296? There's not. That's 1,296. That's 738 and 568. 738. See the angle? 738. 758. Two different kinds of triangles. One from here to here. See what it does? Anyways, the only reason I'm saying is because this says 758 because it doesn't. I'm showing you what it is. If I tell you it's 500, then it's not. So I'm not telling you what that is. I'm telling you my story. But this is 1296. Now we can go down to 648. 4, 6, and 8. We can go down to 3, 2, and 4. 3, 2, and 4 is the jail. So we're going to go 1298 divided by 3, 2, 4 equals 4. 4 times 24 is 96. So we're in there with 4 times 4 times what? 4 times 3, 28, 330, 348 equals, no, that's 1392. Hold on. 1292 divided by 324. 1292 divided by 324. 1292 divided by 4. 1292 divided by 4 equals 323. 1111. Just trying to show you that, I mean, I don't even know why I made this video so long. I don't know why I did this, and I showed you that there's, whatever you're reading, whatever you're doing, I don't care. A company is paying an employee to do something. A company pays an employee to do something. He gets a big pay. He has higher clearance. Then he's not allowed to talk anymore. If he talks, well, just like in the movies. You understand? So you don't never get the whole story. You get the story, but not the whole story. They tell you about everything truthfully, but they're missing out pieces and parts about the reality of what you're really looking for when you actually do buy it. To do buy it, to buy. That's right, my friends. I never really implicated Dubai, but Dubai is to buy it all. And everybody knows where Dubai is. They brought water to the sands in Dubai. In the bayou down by Louisiana. Speak a little French and Cajun. Cajun's hot, so is Mexican. Sounds a little French in the bayou. I buy you out. There's been buyouts all the time. If I don't buy you out, I'll knock you down. But I'll send my men over to collect. Don't you remember? I send my men over to collect. You need a little security, and my men are coming out. See that? That's right. I'm a pirate. I always have been. You know why? Because I come to this world with one eye. One eye looking out for me, and one eye looking out for you. Because if somebody steps on you, who's going to watch my back? My vision. You know why the vision below is like this? Because it goes through our feet and down through the earth and back out the other way. You see, it comes into this. But when it goes out of you, it's the world. This is the world below, and this is the world above. You're walking flat with your feet here, and your head is going all the way. Your movement of your head, here's the movement of my head. Zip, zip, zip. That's the movement of my head. Otherwise, it goes through the ground, and it's upside down like this. Take me all around to the medium ochre chakras. Check out my DNA. Punch me in the IT system and see what shows up. That'd be me. I'm talking to my own brain. Hey, brains, what's going on? Well, we're going to send you a message, but it's going to be a huge message, so pay attention. And on May 5th, they sent me a huge message, and I didn't pay attention. I thought I was going nuts. I was so scared and mixed up about this world, all I had to do was admit myself to the hospital because I didn't know what was going on. but it took me 10 years to learn what was actually going on, is I didn't know the secret. I didn't know the story about life. I didn't know the reality is that your imagination can take you beyond the reality of the realm of one's mind. When you take that step over the realm of one's mind, it becomes a movie. And then they put famous people in it to show how famous that realm now has become. That because it shows up in the movie, it's only science fiction, futuristic. If it does happen, will it happen? The whole thing is somebody discovered it all the time. It just doesn't happen. When it happens, somebody discovers it. Somebody discovers it. What if that somebody was you? But how can you discover it if you're waiting for everybody else to do it? You only discover it if you're looking for it. If you ain't looking for it, you're looking for what's different. And once you see what's different, you start to wake up and go, what? I can burn it without it burning? Yeah, the burning bush, like made out of aluminum or something. I don't know. It's all plant byproducts. No, everything's from the ground up, right? No, God didn't say, yeah, we're going to send down some metal to the earth. We're going to take all that metal and we're going to rust it up. Are you seventh inning stretch? ST, who do you trust? Obviously, the better of you in the seventh inning gets the song, Take Me Out to the Ball Games. There's 21 and 18 outs. Heaven's archangel has come upon I and A birth, A and I, J I have, because in a circle of 1 to 9, the totality of the equality of the two sides of 5 and 5 is 10. But you only have 9, but the bubble itself that counts for nothing is because all its game is what you see on the outside is you. But what's on the inside of the bubble is everything. And 1 to 9 exists inside that bubble. Cut off corners share because the sides touch the in-between of the other bubbles in which you support all the bubbles because they need a bag to live in. They need a formation around it. Free radicals just run free, but everything breaks down to be a little bit of something or it becomes of something else. The new computers are coming in. We have been upgraded for 2,000 years. Apparently, what I understand is the Hebrews run under the old code. They have been the ones who have jumped, okay, from that world into this world. They were brought from a different world. Their DNA is different from the DNA because we come from a different star system. We were integrated into this world when they crossed through the seas. First, we were with the Romans, mixed up with the Greeks, living by the pharaohs. Then when we crossed through the sea, when the sea split at the perfect time, because what do you think it split at the perfect time? Because God made it. He made it that way. He knew before anybody would be there, especially Moses. He knew that in 40 years that was going to happen because those were all the possibilities that were in the minds of man at that time. They couldn't see beyond. They were already in that bubble jail. Actually, one side to the other side. In fact, you know what? In the reality, besides the lines that go on to crisscross to hold the stability, which is like the hourglass inside a circle, is the circle itself. What number is the circle itself? It is half of every other number that it has passed through, and it is the outside of the interior of the diameter of what the circle is. She is the point of all areas stopped. Because in that circle, in order to have that circle, you have to have little circles and those circles connecting to all the circles. Because each circle has to have its own passage. Every passage is a passage in every circle. Or this bubble connects to this bubble. How does this bubble connect to this bubble? It goes around it like this. And at the same time, this circle connects, it goes around like this. See that? I now connect this to this. Now, if this hand was connected to that hand, okay, we'd be connecting, look, 2 circles, or it'd be connectors, the links. And in between our hand, you'd have to put a nail. You'd have to nail right there the chalice. You nail this hand to this hand. Now they hold each other. You see the thumbs? They're both on the same side at this point. Does anybody see the Star of David? however you want to make it. Looks like if I put an I there and I there, wouldn't it look like Megatron or something? Here's the game inside. You put another cube here and another cube here, and you'll reconstruct this all the cubes, and you'll find the real value of the heart of the Magen David. The M is connecting this side to this side and bringing it to connect the center. Now they draw a line down. When you make the circle, you put a dot here, and you go to here, and you put a dot here, and a dot here, and a dot here, and a dot here, and a dot here. When you put a dot here and a dot here, 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 here. If you put a dot in each of these, they're not inside. We only want to know where these dots inside. No. All the dots are on the outside of the circle. They're in between the two circles. They show that they connect the skin of the circle. I'd have to explain it right now. My arm is hurting. So this is, if you really take a look at it, you see this? This is the K letter. You see the K letter? Now, if I would take my actual pencil, and I didn't want to do that, I'd have to put a line here, right, for the belt. Everybody knows there's a belt. So we're going to have to put a line. A line like that. I don't know. I had a nail in my hand today, and I said Jesus was hung on the cross. And I'm trying to figure out, he was hung by a lamppost. Is that what it was? Jesus was hung on a lamppost, you know? You know why? Because the lamppost is like the cross. Hung on a cross. The crossing route, to cross the road. Why did chicken cross the road? He was hung on the cross. He was actually at the light. And this can be that light. One here, one here, one here. See the E and 3E? This one over here, right? When I do this now, this becomes the 8. But I'm supposed to connect it from here. So I'm going to connect it from there. And it becomes the 5. This over here becomes the 3. This one becomes the 7. Or this becomes the 4. This becomes 7. And this becomes 4. 7 and 4 is the Christ. 7, 5, 4 right here. Why? Because lo shu says over here. You see in the 3 world and the E world, or the 3 world, 3 and 5, this is actually 355. E is the 5th letter. But now I'm going to have to go to Chaldean and everything else to explain and talk about other things. Another thing is, when the 5 is written, fancy, they usually cut off this corner over here. The reason they cut off that corner over here is because they only need to go to here. Here they needed to complete and get all of 1, right? But here they only need to get half of 9, because half of 9. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. In what do you call it? The Tekiah, Teruah, Shavurim, and the Shaifer today. Okay, I'm going to show you something that it's like this. It goes like this. You ready? It's there's the 9 blast. Okay, here's the 9 blast. Teruah. Look at the 9 blast. It says Israel. Okay. What else did I want to show you? Anyways, there was more to this than that, but you know what? And then there's another part here, and there's another part here. Now you can add another part over here. See the empty spot? There is none. Then you would have that question, why is there not none? Because they took the outside here, and they took the outside here, and they squeezed it together, and they pushed 5 worlds, okay, into 3 worlds. How did they do that? Here's 5, take away the 2, push them into 3. That's it. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. There was one other thing, and it was really cool. I saw it today, and I think I'm going to draw this for you. I don't like drawing over some of my stuff, but if you want to know how the crown, you want to know how the 2 sides connect? Okay, the 2 sides connect like this. That's how the 2 sides connect. Then they connect another one like this. Okay, this connection now, okay, this connection now has to go like this. And then this connection up over here has to go like this. That's the balloon you hold. Here's the bubble, here's the part right from your neck, right into your neck, right into your heart. This is what you hold. Okay, I don't know if you call it spirit, if you call it soul, but why it's like this? Because what you do, if the reality that these were the hips, see the way we only have one point? It only shows 1 point here. And this one showed 2 points. This one shows 1 point. This one showed a point out here. This one doesn't show the point out here. So it's all different. This will turn into a letter. Now the question is, do we make it look like cheese? Because you can sort of put it like this, 1, 2, 3, and then you sort of go all the way up like that. And then it would look like different levels. Okay, and there's going to be a whole antenna that turns into a man. But like I said, money doesn't count. Friendship counts. The only thing that keeps everything together is friendship, and you can hate each other. But you can't hate each other enough to take sides in a war. That never should ever have to take place. It's impossible that in a person's room of 100 people that I can get everybody against each other at 25% advantage. Okay? I can guarantee you right now that I can find a place that has 1,000 people and I can get everybody on the same side. Maybe 10% will want to fight and 90% will smother them. Okay? And the reason and the finding for this is I'm in a classroom. I'm in school. You don't like the teacher, but you're not out to get him. He's teaching 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 people. 20 teachers in the school across the nation. 2,000 teachers with 30 kids. 60,000 people around the world. 600,000 people in school, and the teacher pretty much, other than maybe 10%, has control of everything. As the preachers, as the priests, as the judges, as the government. But when you speak the truth, and you're in the classroom with the one teacher, we all become teachers. Because we all stay friendly to each other. We understand what friendly is, we understand what sharing is, and why we have to. It has to be a belief so high that it will never make your neighbor your enemy, or you the enemy being the thief. The crown, when the crown comes up, it takes this part and this part of the crown and it does this, and I got the two sides of my heads. I don't need this part of my head. I just need the two sides with that little energy that's passing, that connect and vibrate my two sides to become one. But they're one of a whole, of more than one, that had a difference of a space that had nothing in it at all until you joined up into the area that was void, an area for you. Everybody is welcome into the void. You occupy the void, okay? And the occupied voids all become friends in the realm of the humanitarian level, living together, trusting each other to a certain degree that you understand why we might have differences. I'm very dirty and arrogant to my friends. I throw things at them. I swear at them. I pull out in the middle of the street. And I'm never nice. Why are my friends angry at me? How many people refuse to see, and the ones that see are arrogant? Because she didn't know, and she was a Christian. She was a Baptist, a Mormon, a Gentile. I won't walk there, it's a Palestinian. But look at the Hebrew. Do you know what I read in the Hebrew book today? And I've been glorified to be one of them Hebrew scholars. Because this is a Hebrew book. Well, no, this is a book on tetragrammatron. Okay? I like to show off and say it's got a lot of pages, over 400, and I learned nothing from it except for a few things. Now, when I look at this, this is tetragrammatron. You put that T down here or put the T down here, what does a tea bag do? Maybe the tea bag goes right here. Tea bag may be in the middle, but it's only occupying space that water isn't, pushing the water around it. But all the water becomes like the tea bag. In fact, the water becomes more than the tea bag. The tea bag owns the water owns the tea. The tea without water would be what? Let's smoke it. It will own the air. We'll own the air, and we'll own the water under the sea of the tea. Just want to say one thing. This is also the rodent. Okay, this is the rodent. What do you call it? The rodent thing also goes in here. Do I have that, or is it in my jacket? Let me look at my pocket. I went to synagogue today. I got these things, and in synagogue I drew this, and then I drew this, and this. Do you know where this comes from? This is from a Ritz cracker. These are the dots on a Ritz cracker. Oh, look, it's a home run. It's up to first base, going over to second base. He gets at second base over to third. He's running to the plate. He slides. Oh, my God, where's the plate? Stop right there. Before you go any further, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you need me to never leave me for the rest of your life? Will you never leave me and make me your wife? I want to know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me? Rounding first on the way to second, coming into third, and they stop right there. Will you love me forever? I love what this stands for. This is the rotation of every motion that's around you. These are the three that are around you. These are the three that are around you. And the inside is the transference of the direction of your thought. You will choose this side or this side. You will choose above or below. But in above and below, the only thing that counts is your decision, which is always above, because it's above everyone. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. No, what are you doing? I don't want a haircut. You're getting a haircut. No, it's a haircut. Oh, I don't want a haircut. Oh, come on. You're coming to cut my hair? I don't believe it. Not my mustache. Not my mustache. No. No. Oh, my God. This is very, very bad. They want to cut my mustache off. Well, thank you for watching anyways.